Well, I'm a musician, live and work in Edinburgh, and write songs and run community events as well in Edinburgh. Folk musician, classical, improvisation. That's my world, is music and teaching and writing.
Home is not what I've left behind, and home is not what lies ahead. Home is a peace I'll find when I'm with you again. Home is not what I've left behind, and home is not what lies ahead. Home is being with you again.
1994, Dave and I put an album out, our first album out, which had Auld Lang Syne on it. And then in 1999, we went to a big event in America and we sang it for President Clinton, and Sarah Jessica Parker was there. And then in 2009, so it's a long gestation period, she used it and wanted to use it, and she remembered it from previously, so she wanted to use it for her film Sex and the City, so very lucky. It's brilliant. I mean, I would like my music to be heard as wide as possible, so the media is a brilliant way for it to get heard, and little concerts are fine, but as well. But you know, this is a real honour. It's nice to be used as well as Sex and the City. I mean, this film feels very special as well.
And the sun has been known to shine on the coldest winter's day, and the howl of the winter wind could be heard as a tender sigh. I guess it's all in the mind, whether we choose to smile or cry.
So you've had a chance to look at the film.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I like it very much indeed. It's very moving. I'd like to see it again to kind of grasp its depth. I think it's really tackling something quite profound. And I was amazed at the title, The Innocence of the Spirit, because that's something which I've been thinking quite a lot about as well recently, and innocence and the power of innocence, and the power being that gentle power, the power of the child, or the power that is in the children and unaffected more, but that kind of the power of the grass that can grow up through concrete slabs. I think that's the power that we're all now going to start to realise and engage with, and I think this film is acknowledging something of that. So I was really amazed actually, and delighted.
It's quite unusual that here we're in the UK, and Rab, you're American, and Waleed, you're an Arab, and you know, you've been together for
17 years, I think we've been working together.
For so many years, and you obviously have, like, you know, a healthy working relationship. You want to talk a bit about that?
It is what, if you were writing it, it's kind of an unlikely alliance, really. Coming from a Western background really didn't play into it. I didn't think that, well, Americans in the Middle East has such a political impact at that time. I didn't think that way at all.
I mean, yeah, I mean, basically, I'm not going to go over this is a myth that people in the Middle East don't like Americans, because I think start with America is made up full of people, and people from the Middle East are part of the American nation. I mean, I've got like families, probably 5th generation Americans, you know, like left the 1900s and immigrated, like Khalil Gibran, which is he's an American philosopher. I think he's the first American philosopher. He's got gardens in the White House named after him as an American philosopher. You know, he was born in Lebanon. So the other thing as well, which is I think was good about that shows you the UK is such a diversity of people here. like that allows people from different. It's like a melting pot becoming. He's American. He don't know he's American. I think I met him. I didn't know he was American. I thought he was Scottish. But wouldn't that made a difference anyway? You know. But I mean, but I find that I meet a lot of people like Indians from Iran, and I've got friends from Mexico, and we all. So basically, the UK is becoming like a melting point of all those cultures and diversities, which is a very nice thing. And this is how we met. If the UK didn't exist and the UK wasn't like this, we wouldn't have met.
It is a good way to work. You don't have these inbuilt prejudices that some of these major cities like Birmingham or London probably have, because, as you say, there is communities where people live together, so you never really mix with people unless they're just walking down the street. When you're actually living next door to people, or you're working closely with people from different cultures, it does breed this community of excitement which you can bring into the filmmaking process as well.
The directing was really good because, like, he wasn't saying that, you know, do this particular thing or that. He was just seeing however I'm comfortable with, you know, naturally. So he was guided it. Okay, if you're comfortable doing that, do that. You know, carry on. So.
ايش حبيبتي؟
Take your time looking at your hands,
Okay.
and then take your time at everything.
Right. Okay. يلا يلا يلا.
So take your time all the time. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then working with other, you know, people like Rab, I mean, was fantastic. I really enjoyed his particular, you know, acting, which was great. I learned so much from him.
So you've never seen the rough cut yet, have you?
No.
Alright, I'll capture your first effects on the camera.
I'd be like shocked. Remember, it's rough. You've seen rough cuts before, have you?
Yeah.
The first section, which is when you're that section, it's not.
Which one?
The section that we filmed.
Okay.
It's not in. You've got just a screen.
Yeah.
It's too long at the moment.
Yeah.
And the section as well in High Street. This as well. This is very rough.
Yeah.
This is a good shot. There you go. This is a nice shot. Look at this. A very nice shot.
I live there.
Huh?
I come from there.
When the music comes in, when the slow motions and the light and everything, so it's amazing. It made me cry. I mean, I think you've got it in your shots as well. No, it was brilliant. I really thank everyone, you and Rab and Walid.
Oh, brilliant.
I personally do think that the most effective way of gaining peace is art, is, you know, either film or music so this is really, you know, the punchline. This is really I can say in a very summarized way.
And now, especially these days, there is a problem between people in the West misunderstanding people in the East, and I would like to make myself films that kind of bridge that gap and show similarities. That people are the same everywhere, and try to show the culture I come from in a good light or a bad light. Show it the way it is. I don't want to show it in a good light or a bad light. I want to show it the way it is. At the end of the day, it's part of the human culture. So the people like it or not. So it's been going for thousands of years. So I feel like the kind of films I would like to make in the future reflect these kind of things.
As you know, Gaza is been under blockade now for nearly 4 years. Even after, when it recently been open after Gaza flotilla for nearly now 2 months, but it's still not that properly opened. And even last night I've been in the phone with my family, and one of my cousin, he's working in some of the agencies who are dealing with documents, and so I was, is it going to be easy for me to come, and if it's be easy for me to come with my children, because I would love them to go there and see their grandparents and see their cousins and see the lands and Palestine and see just the beach in Gaza, how beautiful it is. But unfortunately, they still say it is very hard, it's very difficult, and you might get stuck, you might not able to leave, the children not gonna have the ability to come back. it's still not easy, and we still need to find the way how.
Well, it shows you the pain in a way as well. I mean, of the people, but having something that's concrete and happening close by, or in Edinburgh, in the Western world where we are, it brings the issue up in a subtle but powerful way, and well, not so subtle actually. I mean, it's very real. You pass homeless folk every day in the streets, and it's true enough. I mean, I don't have an awful lot of information about how it is in the Palestinian world, but that really did bring up some stuff for me that I thought, oh, you know, I should know more about this.
And I think when you look at that in a Western perspective, for just homelessness, you just be aware that that's a living person on the street. Whether it's one living person or one living nation, it's still homeless, and people don't care. People walk past it.
She stitched upon my back with fingers long and fine, a shawl against the cold. She stitched upon my back in hues of red and gold, her dreams woven into mine.
What are your plans for the future then?
Is this the running?
Is this
You're not getting off easy here.
We do have sometimes things we don't agree on.
but
we kind
that's
of,
creative process.
yeah, but we kind of, you know, we've got a way of, it doesn't end up into like fights or anything, does it? We never really had a fight.
I don't think we've punched yet.
Her love.
Shall I be honest?
You be honest and we'll never put it in.
Be.
I've always been disappointed.
Well, we can't use that,
So
can we?
if you want honesty, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seriously. And,
You're still on camera.
You think, yeah, I don't care.
We'll use that in the blackmail tape later.
I'll be in the black.